What if I told you many people around you have probably sold their souls? It's more popular than you think, and it's very easy to do. Selling your soul is not something that you can just go and meet the devil and do it. It doesn't work like that. But before I tell you exactly how you can sell your soul and how not to sell your soul, what is the soul? So, looking at Jesus, we always see two lights surrounding his head, one surrounding the heart. And as of course, if you've been watching my channel, you know Jesus represents you. He represents the divine essence of the universe made in human form. Each one of us possess a fractal of God's infinite consciousness. We are all God. We are all God experiencing himself in a three-dimensional divided form, separated from his oneness. God wanted to experience himself. So he made this world. So each one of us possess a soul, and the soul is the spark of God's infinite loving consciousness, filled with God's loving moral law. So the reason why Jesus is always have a light above his head and a light on his heart is because this represents the brain and the heart. The brain is not the mind. The heart is not the soul. The brain is the physical manifestation of the mind. It is the physical mechanical computer for the spiritual mind. The heart is the physical manifestation of the soul. The heart is a brain. In fact, it contains 40,000 specialized cells, which are the exact same cells found in your cranial brain. Yes, your heart is an emotional brain. Your cranial brain is a thought brain. It's a computer. Okay. Everything that exists physically exists non-physically. This is what the ancients called spirit, just means invisible force. The mind, the thoughts are not made of atoms. You can't touch, you can't find tangible thoughts, imaginations. These things exist spiritually in metaphysical counter space. It's the same with your emotions. The emotions are spiritual. They are not physical. You can't touch them. So thoughts are the language of the mind. Emotions are the language of the soul. Sometimes we can become eluded by thought and we can become eluded by emotion. If we are led purely by emotion, we can create illusions in our perception. The same if we rely only on thought. We must balance these two. Okay. So the mind is the creator, the soul is the operator. Every thought we think is being judged by our soul. The soul is the judge. The soul tells you what is right, what is wrong. And even the Freemasons depict this spirit and matter in their black and white checkered boards. White is spirit, black is matter. Matter is dead, spirit is life. This is what this represents. Physical reality is not just physical. For every physical object, for every physical manifestation, there is a spiritual force bringing it into existence. Consciousness brings everything into existence. Before you kick a football, there's a change in your inner consciousness before you take that action of kicking the football. Everything exists in spirit before matter. You existed in spirit before you were physical. We also see this in alchemical Freemasonic artwork. This represents the clouds. This is the mind. This is the heavens. And then coming down into the heart, which represents the earth. The light entering the mind into the heart, because every thought we think is being judged by the heart. The heart speaks to you through emotion. The soul speaks to you through emotion. Every thought you think, your heart is telling you that is right, or it's telling you that is wrong. Why? Why is this? Emotions can guide us. Okay. Emotions are the language of our soul. Our soul guides us to our soul purpose. Each one of us contains a purpose in this physical life. There is a reason you are alive. There is a reason why you came from spirit into a material reality. Your jealousy reveals where you need to be in life. If you are jealous of someone, this is your soul saying you need to be there. That's where you need to be. Your fear reveals your greatest growth in order for you to reach your life's purpose. If you fear something, this is your soul telling you you need to overcome this in order to reach your life purpose. This is the next obstacle. The soul, your life purpose is not found in your passion, it's found on the other side of your greatest fear. The soul's always seeking, it's always seeking truth. It's always seeking to expand, to learn. The soul must go through pain in order to overcome, in order to grow. That's why we are here, to grow and expand and create. We also see this in alchemical artwork. Again, the mind in the clouds, the heart and the soul. They must work in unity. Each one of us contains the spark of the divine, which is the soul. Okay? Which is the soul. This is the operator. God, generator, operator, destroyer. The generator is the mind. The operator is the soul. The destroyer is the body. Everything will generate, everything will operate, and everything will die. That's the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. There's always a Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Okay, so each one of us contains God's law, and it's encoded within our consciousness, within our soul, within our heart. That is what's judging everything you do. Every time you hurt someone, you can feel it. If you've ever punched someone, you can feel it. You know it's wrong. If you've ever stole something from someone, it doesn't matter what you've learned in the past. If you steal something, you know deep down within your soul is wrong. This is because each one of us are encoded with God's law of love and integrity. I don't care how tough you think you are and how hard you think you are and what you've done in your life. I don't care. You know what is right, what is wrong, because you are encoded with love. Does not matter how far your mind can take you away, how corrupt your mind can become. There is always a spark of love and empathy in your heart, in your soul. You know this when a child. When you're a child, you're not racist. You don't want to hurt anyone. You don't want to steal. As a child, you're pure love, you're pure awareness, you're pure. You would never think about being racist. It's the corruption of the mind that leads us to corruption. Our soul always wants to do good. So the soul is encoded with God's law. And when we go against this law, this destroys our body. Yes, because your body is electromagnetic, and that's being casted from your heart. So every time you go against the heart's guidance in moral law, we weaken our electromagnetic field, which weakens our body. If you've ever looked at someone who's very negative, you can see them. You can see that they are aging quicker. You look at Scrooge, for example. If you ever watched Scrooge, look at how corrupt he looks. That's his heart. You can see the people's hearts on their face. People who do negative things and have negative thoughts, negative emotions, you can see it in their eyes and their face. It's because it corrupts you. It corrupts the body. It ages the body. Goodness is life. Okay. So can you sell your soul? You cannot sell your soul physically. But what you can sell is your conscience. What you can go against is that moral law. And you can exchange physical material things such as money, fame, cars, houses, business, in order for you can exchange that to go against your inner dialogue. For example, these rappers, celebrities, what are they doing? They're not selling their soul. You can't sell your soul to some entity on the astral plane. But what you can do, you can take money to say, I'm going to go against my heart. I'm going to go against my inner moral law. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to do something wrong. It's basically going against your soul. It's selling your soul's guidance of moral law. That's what selling your soul is. And that's what these rappers are doing. That's why they're so sad. You know, this is why all these rappers are on drugs, doing all sorts of things to escape, to short-term escape what they've done. They're going against their inner guidance for money. And yes, short-term pleasure may be happy for now, but in the long run, it will leave you feeling voidless because nothing material can ever satisfy your soul. Nothing. You could gain £1 million tomorrow, guaranteed within 2 weeks, you'd be back to the exact same position mentally, emotionally as before, because nothing physical can ever satisfy you. Guaranteed, if you received $1 million in, yes, if you received $1 million now, in a week's time, you'd be hunting for the next million because it does not satisfy you. There's a reason why these billionaires don't stop working, because they're so addicted to earning and earning and earning. It doesn't satisfy you. The only way you can satisfy yourself is through Christ consciousness, is through self-love, is through loving thyself, knowing thyself, and becoming balanced internally in consciousness instead of seeking external validation through material things, which end up leaving you feeling voidless, empty inside, and sad and depressed and anxiety. Everyone's looking outside of themselves for validation, when true validation comes from within. True satisfaction, true happiness comes from within, reaching Christ. Christ is a state of being, a state of consciousness that we must cultivate within ourselves so we can live a happy, balanced life. You can have all these material things when you're satisfied inside, but don't rely on them. Me, I enjoy material things, but I don't desire them. I don't chase them. I don't rely on them for happiness, for validation. You can have big cars. You could have your favorite watches. You could have Lamborghinis. Yes, it's fun, but don't let it give you your happiness. As long as you're happy on the inside, it's okay to have these things. You should seek balance with your inner world and outer world. Okay, so this is what they are doing. Rappers, celebrities, actors, Hollywood. This is what they've done. They've exchanged their inner integrity, their inner law, their inner moral compass for exchange for material wealth, fame, money, and cars. That's what they've done. And power. It corrupts you. They slowly corrupt you. So yes, you cannot sell your soul. And if you wish to learn more, I'll see you inside Ethereal University with my community, where we are learning every day to master ourselves, to expand our consciousness. If you want to lucid dream, astral project, master yourself, create the desired reality you want, learn about human consciousness and your full potential, then Ethereal University is for you. And I'll see you inside. The link will be in the description. Thank you for watching.